Good morning, everyone. Time again for your WNWO Week on the Web. And let me tell you, we posted a lot of controversial stories over on NorthwestOhio.com this past week, and we got quite the response from you, the viewers, and I'm going to read your comments in just a minute. But first, let's talk about something a little bit more serious with our #2 story on our website this week. Sylvania authorities confirmed they found a body in Lake Olander on Monday afternoon. The body was pulled from waters around 2 p.m., and the victim was a 37-year-old area woman. Police said there were no signs of trauma, and at this time, they won't rule out the possibility of a suicide attempt. We'll keep you updated over at NorthwestOhio.com. All right, now let's get into our #1 story. A Virginia student says his teacher told him to read a poem, quote, blacker. Now, this student is a freshman in Virginia. His name is Jordan Schumont, and he was the only African American in his class. He was reading a poem called Ballad of the Landlord when his teacher told him, "Blacker, Jordan, come on, blacker. I thought you were black." Now, of course, the student's been very upset. He said it's very, very unprofessional. And now the school district has released a statement saying that an investigation is underway for the teacher. And we got quite a few comments on this story. W.M. Murphy down here said, "Stop being offended by nothing." But Brandon has a response to him. He says, "When you can explain what exactly read blacker means without sounding like a bigot or racist, then you can tell people that this is nothing to be offended about. I've often been told I act less black because I'm articulate and educated. So being black is equated with stupidity and ignorance? Sorry, I missed that memo." So as you can see, very controversial story. A lot of comments coming in. If you want to weigh in, head over to NorthwestOhio.com. And we're going to head into another story that was getting quite a few comments, 46 on our Facebook page. We gave you a scenario and asked if an employer was asking you, a potential employer during an interview, to hand over your Facebook login and password, would you do it or not? And wow, we got quite the outrage. Jill's the first comment. She says, "Not a chance. That is an invasion of privacy. They have no more right to do that than ask to hand over your phone so they can listen to your voicemails." So that's a good point there. But Jit down here says, "Do it if you really want the job," which is kind of the story premise, was that a lot of people are giving it away because they're just so desperate in this economy to have a job. But then Kiri has one more response. She says, "I don't think I would, even having nothing to hide. However, I would gladly accept their friend request." So I think that's also a good alternative to giving your password. Well, that's it for your WNWO Week on the Web. I'm Elizabeth Reed, and I'll see you next week.